Kordell Stewart is one of the most unique football players in NFL history. His career was a revelation. There were multiple times when he passed, rushed, and received for touchdowns in the same season. Heck, the guy even won Special Teams Player of the Week as a punter. His ability to play so many roles earned him the iconic nickname Slash. And this is the story of his career. Kordell Stewart was born in New Orleans. His mom, Florence Stewart, passed away due to cancer when he was only 12 years old. Therefore, he was raised by his father in a tough neighborhood. Kordell was forced to be independent and learn about work ethic at a particularly young age, but his hardships served him well. He attended John Ehret High School in Marrero, Louisiana. In his junior year, Stewart earned the role of starting quarterback and threw for 1,645 yards and 19 touchdowns. Then in his senior year, his coaches built an option-based offense that catered to his skill set. He passed for 942 yards and 17 touchdowns, and he also accumulated 923 rushing yards and 23 touchdowns. His team won the district championship, and Kordell Stewart was given Louisiana's Most Valuable Player and New Orleans Player of the Year award. With plenty of college recruiters offering him scholarships, Kordell decided to commit to the University of Colorado. The team's offense, led by head coach Bill McCartney, was also an option offense, so Kordell felt that it would best show off his unique ability. He didn't play much as a freshman, but he began his sophomore year with a bang. In his season debut, Kordell threw for 409 yards and 4 touchdown passes, and he only got better as the season progressed. He set a new school record with 2,109 passing yards in just 9 games, and tied another school record with 12 touchdown passes. Then, as a junior, Kordell broke his own passing record with 2,299 yards and 11 touchdowns. He also rushed for 524 yards and 6 touchdowns. Kordell continued his development into his senior year at Colorado. He continued to electrify both in the air and on the ground, but also managed to throw drastically less interceptions, with the goal in mind of proving himself as a capable NFL quarterback. His highlight game was against the University of Michigan in late September. Stewart launched a game-winning 64-yard Hail Mary pass to wide receiver Michael Westbrook, a play that goes down in the history of Colorado football. He capped off his college career with an epic performance against Notre Dame to win the Fiesta Bowl. In the game, he rushed for 143 yards on just 7 carries. He was far from your traditional quarterback, but was one of the most compelling talents entering the draft. Though his talents were undeniable, scouts weren't certain how he would translate to the NFL. Was he a quarterback, or would teams need to get creative to find ways to utilize his skill set? Some scouts labeled him as a jack of all trades but master of none. But the Pittsburgh Steelers were thrilled to see him slip to the end of the second round and happily snagged him with the 60th overall pick. In his rookie season, Kordell wasn't a starting quarterback. In fact, he wasn't a starter, period. But that didn't mean that he didn't bring a unique value. As a quarterback, he attempted just 7 passes, completing 5, one of which resulted in a touchdown. As a wide receiver, he contributed 235 yards and added a touchdown. As a rusher, he added another 86 yards and 1 more touchdown. A color commentator, Myron Cope, nicknamed him Slash due to the multiple slashes needed to describe his position. In 1996, Kordell played all 16 games. As a wideout, he recorded 293 receiving yards and 3 touchdowns. He added 171 rushing yards and 5 rushing touchdowns as a back, including an 80-yard rushing touchdown against the Carolina Panthers when he was lined up at quarterback. The play marked the longest rushing touchdown by a quarterback in NFL history. Eventually, the Steelers had seen enough and wanted to see if Slash could truly lead an NFL offense. Pittsburgh Steelers head coach Bill Cowher gave him the starting job and let him run with it, and run with it he did. He passed for 3,020 yards and recorded 21 passing touchdowns, proving he could chuck it with the best of them. His play was truly revolutionary, and he was also leading the team to success. In 1997, Slash became the first quarterback in NFL history to throw for 20 touchdowns and run for 10 in a single season. He was making headlines, earning covers, and shutting up doubters. Unfortunately, his first season as a starter ended in the AFC Championship game against the Denver Broncos. The worst part was that Kordell continuously turned the ball over in the pivotal game. It marked the end of a miracle-like season, but the Steelers fan base were confident that they had their franchise quarterback moving forward. But injuries and departures plagued the Steelers, and the team was unable to build off their thrilling 1997 campaign. Slash's play regressed as his opposition was catching on to his tactics, but the team stuck with him heading into the 1999 season. However, Stewart's on-field performance continued to decline as he posted less than 1,500 passing yards with only 6 passing touchdowns and 10 interceptions. As he failed to perform up to the expectations of fans, Kordell was subjected to racial slurs and claims about his sexual orientation, which the quarterback denied. The following season, Coach Bill Cowher named Kent Graham as the starting quarterback. The team's season, however, got off to a shaky start, and Graham suffered a hip injury. The injury gave Kordell Stewart another opportunity as the team starter, and he did in fact improve his play. It was far from his miracle 1997 season, but he reduced his interceptions and made some eye-popping plays with his feet. The Steelers won 7 of the 11 games he started as a quarterback, but still failed to make the playoff. But in 2001, Kordell was able to enter the season with some momentum and confidence for the first time in years. With a new coaching staff in Pittsburgh, Kordell enjoyed his best season of his career. He threw for over 3,000 yards, completed 60% of his passes, and earned a passer rating of 81.7. He passed for 14 touchdowns and added 5 more on the ground. He was recognized by the league as a Pro Bowler for the first time in his career and was named the Steelers' MVP. The team finished with a 13-3 regular season record and secured the top seed in the AFC playoffs. Stewart was more ready and more mature as he sought redemption for his 1997 loss to the Broncos. The team rallied around him and believed in talent and leadership. In the divisional round, he led the Steelers convincingly over team rival and reigning champion Baltimore Ravens. But in the AFC Championship game, Stewart choked once again, this time against the New England Patriots. In the game, Slash threw 3 picks and failed to register a touchdown. The Steelers were eliminated in a heartbreaking and career-defining 24-17 loss. His performance in the game was so bad that he lost the faith of the organization. After a slow start in 2002, the team decided to bench him in favor of Tommy Maddox. He signed a contract with the Chicago Bears, but was never able to create any of the magic that he flashed in Pittsburgh. After one season, the Bears released him from his contract, opting to move forward with Rex Grossman as their starter. Then he signed as a backup for the Ravens. He didn't get to show off his quarterback skills, but he did bring some magic and added an additional slash to his positional profile. After an injury to the starter, Kordell stepped into the game as a punter. He punted 5 times for a 35.4 average, including 2 punts placed within the Jets' 20-yard line. Kordell's last punt of the game came in overtime when he blasted a 42-yarder, which his team downed on the Jets' 9-yard line. He was named Special Teams Player of the Week and reminded the NFL that he was one of the most unique and versatile football players in history. But that was his last stand. He served as a backup for the Ravens in 2005 before being released and never playing in the NFL again. Though Kordell isn't a Hall of Famer, those who watched him in 1997 and 2001 remember him as somewhat of a cult hero. In terms of talent, he was truly incredible. In 2008, the NFL recognized Stewart as the 6th most versatile player in its history. Despite doubt and diversity, Kordell Stewart showed perseverance and dignity every step of the way, and he proved that he most definitely could win as a running quarterback at the NFL level. These days, dual threats are somewhat of a norm, but the reason the position evolved was partially due to Kordell Stewart's performances in Pittsburgh, where he opened the eyes of many to the possibility of dynamic athletes manning the helm.